All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Home to the cradle of basketball, the rise of football, and the greatest spectacle in racing. This is All Indiana Sports presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. What a baseball game. I knew I was going to do it. Basketball game. It felt like old school basketball meets new school in a perfect way. It was a tight game the whole time, despite multiple runs by both teams. We will discuss the game and what's next. So let's go all in.
That's right. I'm Kevin. This is my wife, Alexis, filling in for Liam, and we are happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the Rogue Media Sports Network. Let's go through this game, Eastern Conference Finals, which means this is a gold episode, if you know what that means.
I don't, because I've only been a part of red episodes.
Right. A gold episode means we talk about Pacers basketball.
Oh, okay.
Instead of Fever Red.
Right.
All right. So this game incorporated 17 ties and 17 lead changes over the game.
Really?
Yeah. That much of a tight back and forth game. Let's talk about the no calls.
The no calls?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Meaning there were a few times where we were cuddled up watching the game.
Yeah.
There were a few times where you jumped up and jumped into the TV to talk to the refs about what they were missing.
That's my face that I make whenever.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Looks a lot like Caitlin Clark there.
Ugh,
oh.
Stop.
Oh, tune in tomorrow for that one. Or later today. Whenever it gets the Fever
No
episode
hate.
gets
No
started.
hate.
Hate Kate.
No.
Hashtag.
No.
Uh-oh.
Stop it.
It's going to start.
No, it's not.
You and Kate now.
No.
You're going to be the new
No.
Angel Reese now. Anyway.
Where are you going with this?
The no calls.
Yes, no calls.
Okay, so what happened? There was one time Kat kind of Pascal and took him down WWE.
Here's the thing. With the no calls. It's fouls in general with the NBA that drive me nuts. And I was going to mention it earlier, or
here we are.
Anyway, men's sports needs to be strong. And to see the added dramatics, I understand it's a tactic. I understand it's a strategy.
We bringing up the soccer thing we were talking about the other day.
Yeah, I mean,
women play much tougher than men.
Yeah,
in just about all sports.
Yeah,
and the
men I
just
really do think that. I think that
flop.
Yes, and
in all sports.
Come on, yeah, it's.
Rather watch a women's flag football game.
Than hands down.
Padded 11-man football.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think the fouls, no calls, things that were called that shouldn't have been called. I mean,
I told you,
kind of all runs together.
When you go and you play New York Knicks in New York at Madison Square Garden, the Mecca.
I know.
Then it's like you're playing 5 on 8 because there are 3 referees plus 20,000 people there.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
You got to prepare yourself. You got to know what's going to happen and just be able to move on.
You may bring this up in a minute, so I maybe jumping the gun just a little bit, but you said a few times, or maybe a couple times, that you just kept saying, it feels like one team is whichever team it was, was losing by a ton, but they really weren't. It was maybe a few points, 2 points.
All of these calls, no calls, and
and they
it was
still were.
What is happening? And then the Pacers are only down by 3.
I know, and I was like, oh wait. It feels like,
right.
But I
didn't even really realize or pay attention when all of a sudden it shifted and the Pacers were in the league, but they're in the league.
No, but I kind of thought about it a little bit more, and I am not a New York Knicks fan.
Oh no, really?
No, I'm not. No, but what did I say about their crowd?
Oh, they love basketball.
Yeah, and
they appreciate quality basketball,
Yeah.
whether it's their team or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
They understand. I would say not as much as Hoosier fans, as Indiana people understand basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that it was fun to, hear the crowd and things like that. So it was fun. And I think that's why we felt that, that it wasn't one team was losing by a whole lot, whether it was the Knicks, it was silence,
Right.
And that was deafening just as much as what a loud crowd would be sometimes.
Yep.
So that was, I just remember you saying that.
And that leads us to the thing that we almost always talk about with the Pacers is the pace of the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
they had quick answers.
Game 1, Pacers got out to an early lead, started quick, and then ended quick. In the middle, it kind of was more of that Knicks half-court tempo pace.
Mm-hmm.
What was the pace of this game like?
Well, I mean, like, I think that well, what comes first to mind is that things were answered very quickly. Like, and I loved that. It was a lot of fun to watch that. I love whenever,
sparring,
back
and
it
forth,
was just good basketball. Like, I thought both teams
that
played
Hart
well.
save out of bounds. He was flying, and then you got several up and downs.
Oh yeah, that was incredible. I mean, like, it was just a lot.
There was a good
watch.
minute and a half of just really just.
It felt like
boom, 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 boom.
It felt like old school basketball, like 90s basketball.
Yeah.
It was a lot, and I'm like, am I just nostalgic about the 90s basketball? As I was a huge Scottie Pippen fan.
Right.
Like,
it is different.
Yeah. And it's taken, I feel like, a turn over the last several years, the NBA has. And I think it's become such a celebrity type of thing that it's lost its like spark. To play like that true basketball spark.
Yeah.
And I think that that was really fun ball to watch. And I feel like maybe there's a little shift in basketball happening, and they're going back to like playing like basketball. And so I don't know.
Well,
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Especially if, the Pacers and the Thunder, both the smallest market teams in the NBA, end up somehow in the finals. That will tell you that the NBA cares more about basketball than their bottom dollar, which would, I think, be good for basketball.
I think it would be great overall.
You bring up the celebrity thing. I thought of that one shot where it was like, you had four generations, four generations of actors there with Timothy Chalamet, Ben Stiller, Michael J. Fox, and Bill Murray. Yeah. Like that's a
stacked group. Like, and how fun of a group.
Right. And you got something for everyone. Yeah. Any audience member in that, because Timothy Chalamet is the new guy, and Ben Stiller, but then Michael J. Fox and Bill Murray. Yeah. Like, I remember all of them. Yeah. But what a fun little thing.
Sandler should have been thrown in there, and then you would have been like, whoa.
Yep. I mean, I'm hoping that in Game 3 that after the Indy 500 that some of the race car drivers will be out there. I'm sure Pat McAfee will be out there because Jimmy Fallon had this bit about the celebrities that are going to be out for the Pacers game are Mike Pence and his siblings and a few other local weather people, and it was a stab at Indiana, but we can represent.
Oh well.
All right. What I thought was interesting was the Knicks, I felt like, were able to institute more of their pace, their half-court kind of style. Yeah. But the Pacers' answer to that was Pascal Siakam. Yeah. 39 points. And one of the things that he is really good at that the Pacers team isn't built for, but he can do, is that half-court. He can back you down. He can that elbow, post up.
He's got a great three too.
Turnaround fadeaway is his shot, and then he can spot up for three. And I think he took it personal that he didn't do so well Game 1, even though they won. And then the Knicks brought in Mitchell Robinson, big dude.
Yeah.
This guy you just raved about.
Yeah, because I
Doesn't even have time to do his hair, just basketball.
Yeah. So I remember watching last year, and then this year, watching the Knicks this year, I was like, wait a minute, who's this dude? Like, I looked at it, I was like, he's new. I like basketball, so. But anyway, like I was like, oh, he's new. And the more I have watched him, I think I have said over and over again, I was like, that guy was a smart move because they needed that height and
he was getting rebounds with 3 guys on him. He was doing what he needed to.
I think in watching him, another thing that I said about him was that he didn't play like.
He's not a star at all.
No. And he didn't play like some of the Knicks star that. He didn't care.
Nope.
Like he was just like, y'all, let's do our job.
It's down and
let's
dirty.
Let's go play basketball.
Yep.
I ain't messing around.
Yep.
Let's hustle. Like you could just tell he was like very like. And even when in celebration, like he was still celebrating. He was still like rough and tumble, and that wasn't anyway. But he was just like, he was there to play ball, and I was like, he is a great personality and a great balance for the Knicks. I think it was a really smart move by them to add him to the roster.
Right, and he's big. He's just hard to deal with, and so that led to Turner into foul trouble, and then that led to who else got into foul trouble? Obi Toppin, maybe. I know.
Shoulders.
It's your nickname for him. Shoulders. Got the shoulders.
I mean, like, honestly, it's funny.
But a couple of big guys got into foul trouble. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Okay. So then Rick Carlisle's answer to this, Pacers coach, is let's bring in Tony Bradley. And I even remember I was like, hold on. I had to like rewind it. I'm like, I don't know this. I don't recognize this guy. He's played 10 minutes in the playoffs, but that was at the end of the Cavs game where we stopped watching because it was way over at that point. And we've had kind of fast forward just to, see what kind of. That was when we fast forwarded Tony Bradley. But now he got into a game because there's foul trouble, and he was the best size matchup to offset Mitchell Robinson. So from a coaching perspective, what kind of guts does it take to put in a player that has been we're going to sign you for a 10-day contract. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the Knicks game on the road, game 2, Eastern Conference Finals, you're going to put in Tony Bradley. 7-year guy out of North Carolina, hasn't found a home anywhere.
I say congratulations.
To him, to the coach,
to both.
All right.
I think that I think the Pacers do a really good job of finding out how to coach their guys well. I think that there's a psychology in that, and I know that they invest well in those type of things. And I think that knowing how to coach your guys is more important than your lack of skill that you may have right at the moment, because dude just got to play in the playoffs against the Knicks.
Yep, he did. Meaningful minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
10 minutes of jump time.
No. And he played well. He played. And he's a big guy. He's hard to get around.
And he made a difference because of the size matchup that he provided.
Yeah.
And he made it to the free throw.
Yeah.
And he made 1 or 2. Yeah. He wasn't there to score points.
No.
He's there to box out.
Yeah.
And
cause
make sure
problems.
He can't.
Make
Mitchell
it congested.
Robinson, yep. So.
Yeah. I think that I think he's an option. And when they are in trouble like that, and they need, because I cannot believe about all the foul trouble and things that people had like that. It just really surprised me that it was happening. I was like, wait a minute here.
Yep.
But I'm really glad that they have that option for if they need,
You never thought that you'd have to pull out this chess piece in game 2, but here we go.
But it also shows, okay, Pacers were more about depth than we are about, maybe not necessarily quality, because they're all quality guys and quality players. That's not what I'm saying, but like depth is important, especially whenever you're at a pace of what they're trying to play at and trying to like wear down the other team and stuff.
You talk about star power. Like the 7 players that the Knicks play with are definitely all better than the top 7 of the Pacers.
Gotta fix my hair.
Okay. All right.
There. Oh, that's so much better.
There you go. It's beautiful. But at the same time, the way that the Pacers use their guys, I heard it said that Halliburton makes B players, turns them into A players because of how he is able to distribute the basketball and raise the level of play from everyone else because of how he gets them the ball in positions, because of the pace, because of his vision to be successful.
Yeah, I think that position has become over the years like a star position,
Right.
and it's
scoring point guard.
Yeah,
it's a thing. Damian Lillard, Steph Curry.
Yep. And like I totally get that, and I think it has come from plays a team basketball to that star quality like thing. And I'm hoping that we're seeing a shift of players that are coming in and going, I can't be a star if I don't have my I can't.
Whatever happened to John Stockton?
Yeah, I mean,
or like Magic Johnson had made a pretty good name for himself passing the basketball first and still scoring a good amount of points.
Yeah, and I
Much
think
like Halliburton.
I was gonna say, I think that that is a really important thing as a leader on the team, and I think it just shows
Yeah, that's what the
selfless
team is
ball
built around.
is really. I think it's just really important and really something that is a hot commodity right now. Like I
think
good basketball is
just like in the movie Hoosiers. We're gonna pass the ball 4 times. If we don't pass the ball 4 times, I don't care if we make the basket. It's an unsuccessful possession. Yep. That leads us to what we do on our gold episode every time that you get to join in now is we determine you have your game-changing moment of
Why didn't you prepare me?
Because I wanted you to be surprised, and you're surprised.
I am very surprised.
What is your game-changing moment? Not a whole lot to choose from in this game. I think.
There's not really defining moments. I remember watching in I think it was the end of the third quarter, just watching that flow of ball. Do you remember?
When it switched.
Yeah, I think that's
where they took the lead and never let it go.
Yeah, I think that they did a really good job of running with that tempo and pace and answering well and just being flexible within their their plays and rotations and things I just think that I think they did a really good job after that.
I'm gonna say it was the full court pass from Halliburton to Siakam, who took a couple steps and did the
He could have been super fancy with it.
Having coached middle school basketball, I'm always thinking that a player is going too fast and the ball is going to bounce clear off the backboard back to the free throw line every single time. But somehow, this is how incredible NBA guys are. They can be going full speed, and Pascal has these huge long strides. Yeah. And he can take 2 steps from the free throw line and just go, boop, and it'll just go boop, and right in.
Yep.
So that to me was the game-changing, because at that point, you really kind of felt that shift at the end of the third quarter, and they never looked back. All right. Yeah. Then the last thing, your player of the game. Who is the MVP of that game for you?
I have to say Siakam. I really do. And the reason why, and I have to kind of mention this, this is Liam's player. He really, really is enjoying watching Siakam right now.
He's a soccer player growing up.
Yeah.
Didn't start playing basketball till he's 19 years old.
That's crazy.
Still does his pregame dribbling the basketball on his feet.
Yeah.
Like a
Like a soccer ball.
Football.
A football. And so anyway, like I think that, when Liam told me that was his favorite player, I was like, ugh, come. Okay. So then, watching him and seeing him play, I'm like, okay, I could definitely see why he would be a favorite to a lot of people, and seeing him kind of like come out of his shell and into the team and things like that. And I know that he was a huge asset last year.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Came
to
in
see
just before the trade deadline last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited to see his future leadership on the team, and I think that he will have a lot of chances to do great things. So,
my player of the game, I'm not going to go with the top scorer. You did that. I always leave myself a little bit of flexibility here. I am going to say Ben Shepherd.
Oh yeah.
He had some moments.
Yeah.
Not a ton.
No.
Not a ton of minutes, but he had some moments on defense. Against Brunson.
I love watching him play defense. Like he's really fun.
We say that he's very surgical in how he goes about things. He's like, this is my guy.
Yep.
Stay on my guy. No matter what, I'm gonna fight through the screen. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna know where to be. I'm gonna stay on my guy. And then on offense, he's like, pass the ball, do this thing, go to my spot. This is my spot. Corner 3. This is it. This is my spot. He might drift a little bit. He's gonna do a cut on the other side, but like. He knows his role and he plays it well.
Yeah.
And he scored himself a couple threes.
Yeah.
And he has some good defense, had a foul. But,
really defense.
Sometimes the best thing you can do against Brunson is foul him.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah. And you have to expect, whenever you are a defender, like typically a defender, and Shepherd is a defender.
Right.
Like,
And
he is a defender.
You're the third, you're the third option. On Brunson.
Like he's not
going to play a ton of minutes.
But
get the foul when you're in there.
Can I just say though, I love the way that they you mentioned it, and then I started to watch it after. I was like, oh yeah, that's what's happening. Is that the Pacers did a really fantastic job of rotating who they had on him all the time, just to kind of keep variety and to keep things fresh, so it wasn't stale. And he was always having, this person does this really well, and you have to adjust to that type of player. And when you have 3, like
4, because you got Neesmith, Nembhard, McConnell, and Shepherd.
Yeah,
all they can.
Well, and I mean, all quality.
Yeah, and different, and that's the difference.
Absolutely.
Not only do you keep things fresh so that nobody gets in super foul trouble on him, but it keeps that chess match going against their number 1 player.
Yeah,
still scored close to 40, and still didn't come out with the win.
Yeah,
but that leads to my last question, completely unrelated to the Pacers, and yet totally related.
Totally relevant, though.
Who is going to win the Indy 500? You give me your answer. I already have Liam's answer, and then I'll give you mine.
Okay, so I am rooting for this guy.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the rookie.
All right.
What's his name? Mitchell.
Not Mitchell.
No.
I think it's Rob Schwartzman.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, man.
I think that's right.
No, that's not
Hold on. We're gonna get it here. What?
Never mind. Go ahead. No.
Indy 500 pole position.
That'll
2025.
Work. Yeah.
That'll be the guy because he did it.
Yeah, he did. Okay. So why I loved this guy is, what's his name?
Where are we getting it? Oh, gotta scroll down all this way. Oh, goodness. There we go. I was right.
Rob Schwartzman. Yep. Okay, so I was watching him, and I was just like, he's never raced on an oval before. Like, he just woke up and was like, let's go try the Indy 500.
No, I'm not. Who's the historian? I should know this.
I don't know.
Dale. I listened to him all as a kid, but
and you don't remember.
I don't.
Apologize to your parents.
Right. From Gasoline Alley, he's a wealth of knowledge, and I can't even remember his name. But I believe this is if not
You
the
have to,
first,
like-
but definitely one of the only drivers from Israel
You'll
that
have
the
to,
Indy
like-
500 has ever had. I
You'll-
know.
You'll have to message it or not tweet it, but what do you call it now?
What? Xing?
Yeah, X
Posting?
That's weird.
I don't know. It's not.
Okay.
It's just posting.
Anyway, you have to like. I remember later. Oh, you're
See,
doing it.
I'm gonna do it right now
Okay,
because
good.
Donald Davidson.
Donald
I was gonna say
Davidson's
Dale
funny.
Davis, but that's the Pacers player.
Okay.
See, I'm in Pacers mode. Donald Davidson from Gasoline Alley. He has just in his brain catalogs of Indy 500. So I want to know maybe from Donald Davidson if this is the only player or only driver that has ever come from Israel. I don't know. Liam also has selected Rob Schwartzman.
Really?
Yes. I knew whenever I was asking him earlier today, and he told me that, and I was like, I think that's who your mom's gonna pick too. There you go.
Okay,
You
so
can have the same.
But
It's
here's
okay.
the thing, but like watching him, he's just fresh, and I
Right.
think that like
That's who you're rooting for, and
Yeah.
also who you think's gonna win. Yes. This is who's gonna win.
yeah. I'm just
Okay.
going all in.
No, I see what you did there. Nice job. It's over there. The graphic over there. Okay. I think that this is one of two things.
Okay.
My heart says Connor Daly.
Oh yeah.
He had a really good showing last year. I was either rooting for him or Joseph Newgarden. It's going to be tough for Newgarden. He's starting 32nd this year to three-peat.
That's tough.
My dad is going for Elio as the eldest and going the drive for 5. He would be the only one to do 5 wins Indy 500. Be nice to see
That'd
if
be
he
crazy.
It'd be fun to see if he could still.
I thought he was done.
No, he's 50 years old and he's still going. It'd be nice to see at 50 if he could still climb the fence, like Spider-Man.
If he can do the race, I'm sure he can. I mean, come on.
To say that those guys aren't athletes,
The
and they
physicality
just
of it
drive
is
a car is
insane.
ridiculous. So I think this is going to be either Scott Dixon's second win,
Okay.
because he's been sneaky good all year or all month. So that's going to be my real call, but my heart will say Connor Daly. So that's my 2.
Gotcha.
All right. So, you know what? But that is all that we have for today. And then Liam and I are going to be back Sunday night with our recap of the game 3 with the Knicks and Pacers, acting as an encore for the Indy 500.
This is Alexis,
And this is Kevin.
and we're reminding you to stay all in Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.